It's 11 p.m. and these are the headlines. The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, proceeds today to the official inauguration of the Mosque of Algeria, or Jama al-Jazair, and visits all the installations of this religious building and cultural landmark. Jama al-Jazair aspires to be a place for knowledge as scholars, shuyukh and imams raised Algeria's leading role. The President of the Republic congratulates the Algerian gymnast Kaylia Namour following her World Cup achievement. As a special envoy of the President of the Republic, the Minister of Energy and Mines, Mohamed Aqab, was received this Sunday in Baghdad by the Iraqi President Abdelatif Jamal Rashid, to whom he handed over a letter from the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune. Second return to professional training under the sign of economic challenges, 300,000 new pedagogical seats opened, as well as several new specialties were introduced for this new return. Right, welcome back. First of all, the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, chaired today the official inauguration of the Great Mosque of Algiers, Jama al-Jazair, which is ranked as the largest mosque in Africa and the third in the world, behind Masjid al-Haram and Masjid al-Nabawi, a religious, civilizational and scientific edifice that we will work to preserve the national religious referent and the elements constituting the Algerian nation. The presidential motorcade headed this morning to Jama al-Jazair, where the President of the Republic presided over the inauguration ceremony of this religious and cultural building. The President of the Republic was welcomed at the entrance by Sheikh Mohammed Ma'moun al-Qasimi al-Hassani, the rector of Jama al-Jazair, and who was accompanied by the Minister of Religious Affairs, Yusuf Belmehdi, and the Minister of Housing, Urbanism and the City, Mohammed Tariq Belaribi. After that, the President of the Republic attended at the Lounge of Honor Jama al-Jazair the screening of a documentary on the various facilities of this civilizational and religious building. The screening at the Lounge of Honor was also attended by the Speaker of the Council of the Nation, Salah Goujil, the Prime Minister Nadil Arabawi, the Chairman of the Constitutional Court Omar Belhaj, Army General Chief of Staff of the PNA Said Shingiriha, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and National Community Abwad Ahmed Attaf, the Principal Private Secretary of the Presidency of the Republic Ba'alam Ba'alam, advisors to the President of the Republic, and Algerian and foreign scholars. The President of the Republic, and accompanied by Sheikh Mohammed Ma'moun al-Qasimi al-Hassani, officially inaugurated Jama al-Jazair and all its structures. This architectural complex is not only a place of worship, but also cultural and scientific influence. Its mission is preventing Algeria's religious referent based on moderation. On this occasion, the President of the Republic took a souvenir photo with the ulama, imams, shuyukh and officials who attended this important event. The President of the Republic visited the Museum of Islamic Civilization in the third floor of the minaret of Jama' al-Jazair. The President, accompanied by the PNA Chief of Staff and the Rector of Jama' al-Jazair, as well as the Minister of Religious Affairs and the Minister of Housing, visited the various galleries of this museum, which recall the milestones in Algeria's Islamic history and illustrates Algerian personalities representing different historical periods. The museum also has copies of the Holy Quran transcribed by Algerian ulama as well as manuscripts relating to the Islamic sciences. The President of the Republic visited the Cultural Center, one of the most important infrastructures in the mosque, and received explanations on its various departments, notably the meeting rooms, the conference hall, with a capacity of almost 1,500 people, the exhibition hall, the studios and control rooms. The President of the Republic, accompanied by the PNA Chief of Staff and the Rector of Jama' al-Jazair and the Minister of Religious Affairs and the Minister of Housing, visited the library of the mosque, which is a research library and architectural masterpiece with 1 million books and a capacity of receiving 1,800 readers. President Tebboune listened to explanations and presentation on the capabilities of this library and the services offered to the students, researchers, in particular those from Dar al-Quran School of Islamic Sciences. The President of the Republic emphasized the role of Jama' al-Jazair in consolidating the values of moderation and banishing extremism and fanaticism, and instructed the library staff to adopt clear rules for the validation of works on display. The President of the Republic then inspected Dar al-Quran, the National School of Islamic Sciences, which gathers 300 Algerian and foreign students. The head of state received a detailed presentation on Dar al-Quran, its structures and various services, including classrooms, language laboratories, amphitheater, and with the 300 seating capacity, a restaurant and students' club. The President of the Republic met a group of students from Dar al-Quran and visited the housing residence. Then the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, offered a Dhuhr prayer at the new mosque, new mosque of Algiers, in the hall behind the Imam Sheikh Mohammed al-Ma'moun al-Qasimi al-Hassani, the rector of Jama' al-Jazair.
السلام عليكم.
Later on, the President of the Republic concluded his visit to the Grand Mosque of Algiers. At the end of the official inauguration ceremony, he was greeted on his departure by the Rector of the Grand Mosque of Algiers, Sheikh Mohammed Ma'moun al-Qasimi al-Hassani, the Chief of Staff of the People's National Army, Said Shengiha, as well as the Minister for Religious Affairs and the Minister of Housing. Taking the floor as he received the President of the Republic, the Rector of Jama' al-Jazair, Sheikh Ma'moun al-Qasimi al-Hassani, highlighted the importance of the 15th day of the month of Sha'ban, during which the mosque was inaugurated. Let's have a listen.
هذا الشرح Mr. President,
Thanks to Allah Almighty, we are here today cheering over the inauguration ceremony of this religious edifice. We have closely followed the works related to its building, a project to which you granted great attention, and that for 10 years since you were Minister of Housing, and you made sure that everything was completely ready before the official inauguration, and that the opening day coincides with this blessed month of Sha'ban.
عند جاهزية جميع مؤسساته.
For their part, the ulama, imams and heads of Muslim international organizations have affirmed that Jama' al-Jazair is a center of knowledge and religious influence that highlights Algeria's leading role in such matters. Let's have a listen.
We thank Allah Almighty for allowing us to attend the inauguration ceremony of Jama' al-Jazair, the biggest mosque in Africa, an asset for the continent and the Maghreb region, an edifice which gives Algeria its leader position in spreading the word of Allah across the world. This religious edifice is a beacon that will illuminate the four corners of the world, open for Islamic science and human science postgraduate students from Algeria and foreign countries as well.
The
influence of Jama' al-Jazair is an international one because it also represents Algeria's positions on the political, economic and other levels, notably the Palestinian cause.
To be at the mosque today, to come from Cape Town, South Africa. My name is Michael Wieder, and I am from the church where Desmond Tutu was buried. And to be in a place as simple and yet magnificent was very moving, particularly the chant right at the beginning, and to also know that I'm there with people from all parts of the world, not only from Africa, but from Bosnia, from parts of Europe and Saudi Arabia and beyond. Mm-hmm. So the mosque was also a unifier, in that it brought us together from different faith traditions, not only from Islam, but myself, and there are two, the Catholic Bishop of Algiers and one of the local priests.
As a president of the International Union of Muslim Clerics, I would like to assure you that this mosque will be the opposite of what the founder of the church that was built on the soil before, and by God's willing, the Islamic values will reign again over the Western ones that will undoubtedly vanish, especially with everything that is happening in Gaza right now.
This mosque is a source of inspiration for the peoples deprived of peace and freedom, notably with the difficult situation Palestine is going through.
The choice of this place of Jama' al-Jazair is very important because during French colonialism, more precisely between 1866 and 1920, this municipality was home to the White Fathers community. This same municipality was renamed after independence by Muhammadiyah as a reference to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Jama' al-Jazair embodies the authentic values which the noble Algerian society referred to and which are those of peace and civilization. We thank Allah for this warm welcome, and we are honored to attend this opening day of this great mosque, which has a vital role in promoting science and religion.
The President of the Republic called on those in charge of the library to provide books on Islamic banking and finances. Let's have a listen.
حاولوا باش يكون عندكم كتب اللي تكون مرجعية للصيرفة الإسلامية والاقتصاد الإسلامي لأن الشرح بصلاحية المشايخ من الطلبة يخرجوا باش يشتغلوا في مناصب أخرى. لازم التكوين تاعهم يكون تكوين اقتصادي علمي من قانوني إلى آخره. إذن والمكتبة هذه عكس المكتبات الأخرى مثل ما قلتي فيه ضوابط. الكتاب اللي يدخل هنا لازم يكون موافق عليه حتى ما يكونش فيه انزلاقات وما هو خارج عن تقاليدنا وعن ديننا الحنيف وعن الوسطية تاع أجدادنا وآبائنا ومشايخنا إن شاء الله. الله يوفقكم إن شاء الله.
The President of the Republic stressed the important role of Jama' al-Jazair in rejecting violence and devoting Algeria's religious approach based on moderation.
تكون المدرسة يعني بشعاعها تاع الوسطية. كل ما هو خارج عن الوسطية ما عنده ناس احنا ناسنا تاع وسط تاع الدين الحنيف من لا تطرف ولا غلو انتشار تاع الاسلام لانه يستولى على القلوب ما يستولاش على الاجساد ولا بالقوه ولا بالعنف ولا بهذه ولا ان شاء الله الله يوفقهم ويوفقنا معكم ان شاء الله.
Jama Al Jazair is not only a place of worship but also a cultural innovation hub thanks to its several departments and facilities which include Dar al-Quran, the Islamic Civilization Museum and a cultural center to name few.
In addition to uniting the ranks of the Muslim nation, this mosque's purpose is to tell the story of a continent in all its cultural and civilizational diversity through the intricacies of its many subspaces. Jama Al Jazair is a true architectural masterpiece with a design that resulted in a monumental religious complex covering an area of almost 28 hectares, which is intended to become a structure of knowledge and religious influence and to celebrate Algeria's leading civilizational role in the Muslim world. Its 12 buildings include an 8,000 square meter cultural center, Dar al-Quran, a media library, a digital library with 1 million books and a capacity for up to 1,800 researchers, a 500-seat amphitheater and a conference hall with no less than 1,000 seats, not to mention an art studio. These are just some of the structures that will make the Jama Al Jazair a real attractive pole. The mosque is also home to immense gardens and other courtyards and places of meditation in the image of Muslim places of worship throughout history. The third largest mosque also boasts the world's tallest minaret at 265 meters, visible from all four cardinal points of the lower city. It has 43 floors served by panoramic elevators, offering a breathtaking view of the Bay of Algiers and the surrounding area. It also houses a museum dedicated to Islamic civilization and a research center for Islamic art and history. Inaugurated in 2020 with an area of 20,000 square meters, the prayer hall of Jama Al Jazair is entirely made of white marble and surrounded by majestic colonnades and topped by a 17-meter dome. It can hold up to 120,000 worshippers.
Sports now, as the president congratulated in a tweet Kylie Namour for winning the gold medal in the 2024 Gymnastics World Cup held in Germany, as he expressed his encouragement and support for the Algerian athlete in his official account. Great achievement indeed made by the Algerian gymnast Kylie Namour, who won the gold medal in the uneven bars competition as part of the 2024 Gymnastics World Cup held in Germany. The 17-year-old champion not only dominated the competition, but also is qualified for 2 other finals. The athlete is also preparing the next African Championship, scheduled from April the 30th to the 7th of May. As a special envoy of the President of the Republic, the Minister of Energy and Mines, Mohammed Arqab, was received this Sunday in Baghdad by the Iraqi President Abdulatif Jamal Rashid, to whom he handed over a letter from the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune. Arqab transmitted the fraternal greetings of the President of the Republic to his brother, the Iraqi President, who in return instructed the Minister of Energy to transmit his fraternal greetings to the head of state, affirming the participation and Iraq's contribution to the success of the summit of gas exporting countries and the liberalization of the principle of coordination between member countries and consuming countries. The meeting made it possible to reaffirm the importance attached by both parties to the strengthening of fraternal relations, uniting the two countries, and the expansion of their bilateral cooperation in all areas of common interest, in line with the considerable potential available to both countries. Qatar, the world's 5th largest gas producer, is a significant participant in this industry and the manufacturing of the petrochemicals. Thus, the partnership between Algeria and Qatar can be foreseen with promising perspectives. Yasin Hamdi.
He is one of the most important Qatari investors in the energy sector. Abdullah Mbarak Dlimi is the head of Qatar Polymers, a factory that produces polymers from petrochemicals, the biggest one in the Middle East, and exports to 27 countries, including Algeria.
We have a strong partnership with Algeria. We have partners in Iran and Algiers. Algeria is one of the most important markets in North Africa.
This industrial complex can produce 1,500 tons of polymers and other petrochemical derivatives every month.
We produce bags, spools of thread, fishing lines and other products. We're planning to build a similar factory in Algeria with our Algerian brothers.
The partnership between Algeria and Qatar offers promising perspectives thanks to the facilitations granted by the Algerian government to the investors of the achieved projects, while others are ongoing, which will consolidate the bilateral relations.
قطر الشقيقة تعتبر أول مستثمر عربي في الجزائر.
Qatar is the first investor in Algeria. This brotherly country invested in different projects, such as the steel complex in Belara, the Algerian Qatari German hospital, whose works will start in the next months, in addition to the Bladna Enterprise project for milk production and cattle breeding, which is under advanced study.
لإنتاج الحليب وتربية الأبقار والأعلاف الذي يوجد قيد الدراسة المتقدمة.
The commercial exchanges between Algeria and Qatar exceed $36 million. The two countries aspire to strengthen the bilateral partnership to fully exploit their potential.
Vocational training in Algeria is attracting a lot of interest from foreign students thanks to the wide range of up-to-date specialties that meet the needs of current job market. Several partnerships in this area have been signed with neighboring countries. Ines Kilo.
Brahim, a young student from Mali, has enrolled at a training center in Algiers to benefit from courses in the field of waste recycling. This training will enable him to contribute to the development of his country. Brahim is not the only foreign student to choose Algeria as a training ground.
Je suis venu en Algérie pour les études.
I came to Algeria to study. Algeria is a very beautiful country, and there is more practice and theory, which is why I chose Algeria. My training specialty is waste recycling management. We were very well received from the airport to our destination.
Depuis l'aéroport jusqu'à notre destination finale.
Je suis venu en Algérie pour mieux apprendre, pour faire mes études.
I came to Algeria to study. My specialty is finance management. I'm here to gain more knowledge about this field and help my country.
Connaître les choses pour aller aider mon pays.
This delegation is the result of a fruitful collaboration between Bamako and Algiers in the field of vocational training.
A warm welcome was extended to the trainees from various African countries, including Chad, Niger, Zambia, and Mali. These students are supported in the best possible conditions.
So far, we have welcomed 70 foreign trainees out of the 180 planned for February 2024, and we are expecting another 110 trainees from different African and Arab countries. In collaboration with the Algerian Agency for International Cooperation and Solidarity, we have set up an institute in Mauritania and finalized another one in Niger and Bamako.
This partnership between Algeria and African countries is intended as a link between the two parties to consolidate the development of the African continent.
Abroad, the Portuguese Joint Trade Union is calling on the UN to organize a referendum for self-determination in Western Sahara. Yesterday, CGTPIN adopted a recommendation on this Sahrawi issue, urging the international community to put pressure on Morocco to respect human rights in the occupied territories. This call was made during its 15th Congress. And horror is still invading Gaza, where the Zionist attacks continue. Bombings and attacks targeted the center of the enclave, causing dozens of deaths. The regions of Nusayrat, Al-Barij, Dir al-Balah, and Khan Yunis were also targeted. The Zionist blockade imposes famine and thirst in the enclave, and as a result, a newborn passed away this Sunday in Al-Shifa hospital due to the lack of milk and products of basic needs. That was it for today's news. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.